Now we're going to go in and take a look at the order function and then the options within the order function, the ascend, descend, and then breaking hierarchies, which is the BAscend and the deascend. Right. To look at the order function, the first thing I'm going to do in here is I've got a basic query, and I'm not using the order function just so we can have a starting point. So I'm coming through and I'm executing the query as you saw, and here's my reseller orders. And dropping on down in here as we move on down through the hierarchy. Down here I've got reseller order counts, and then I've got the hierarchy down here sorted on the rows as I come across. Now I'm going to move on over, and here what I'm going to do, I've got the same code, but what I'm going to do is I've got some slight modifications. I'm going to change the order by using the order function down in here. So again, I've got reseller orders count. This is going to give me a header. And now I'm going to take reseller orders count, and I'm going to use the order function. Let's go ahead and execute the code. And what has happened here, if I expand on across like that, now you see the difference. I've got starting here reseller order count, and I drop on down. If you see the bike stand fenders, we switch on down, starting here with nulls and then starting 133 and moving all the way down to 1460 over here, coming back across again so you can see it. See the difference in your sorts. Here I've got reseller order count, and here's my sort without an ordering, and here is my sort using the ordering, so that I use the product subcategory. Subcategory here is constrained by reseller orders count. So I take reseller order count, and that controls the sorting down in here. Now I move back on over, and now I'm going to come through and I'm going to talk about breaking the hierarchy. Over in here, I utilize, we're using product subcategory, which is a user hierarchy that we've defined up in here. And now I'm going to, that's a attribute hierarchy. Now I'm going to come across and I'm going to use my user hierarchy, product category, subcategory. And I'll execute that. Now this is interesting down here. By the way, I've got it sorted ascending. That's not necessary to put in there. It's the default sort, but I put it in for clarity, which is always a good idea. Now I've got the bottom as I drop on down, and now let's scroll on through, and here you're going to see an interesting thing. Now I've got jerseys in there, and then I've got lights. So as I move on through here, what's actually happening here is this user hierarchy is controlling the sort. Let me show you. To demonstrate, I've got, again, jerseys and lights. Now we'll come over and I'm going to use the parent function to look at what the parent of jerseys is and what the parent of lights. And as I expand this on across, you can see I've got two different parents as I move up through the hierarchy, which explains why you have this hierarchical break, because I am using the user-defined hierarchy over here for the sort. All right, now I'll come across and I'm going to break that hierarchy. This is all I do is add the B in here, which stands for break the hierarchy. So now again I'm using the user-defined hierarchy, and I'm going to break the sort. I don't know why I select all that. I could just execute. That's why I put it in a separate window. So now I've done the break. Let's expand this on across so you can see it a little better. Move it on up. And now here's lights. Returning null, the same as it returned before. All right, there we go, back to where you are. Lights return null. All right, and there's jerseys. Back over in jerseys, if I move on down, here's jerseys. This sort now is ascending because we broke the user hierarchy. That is, we did not let the user hierarchy control the sort order. Okay, now I'm going to break descending, just for demonstrations. And now I've got values, and we're descending down across. And there again is my jerseys. And as I move on down here somewhere, we hope There we are. There's my lights as I move on down through the hierarchy again.